Hey, what is up, guys? So welcome to vlog 5. Today I'm going to be kind of going over some of my tips on how to lower your handicap. So over the past couple of months I've practically lowered my handicap from somewhere around a 15 to 20 to the 6, 7, 8 range. So obviously I'm not the most consistent player, but here's some tips that I find have really helped me improve my game and really lowered some of my scores and made me a little bit more consistent. So first I'm going to be kind of going over mainly the two aspects that have helped my game. First would be driving, and second would be my short game. So in my opinion, driving is really one of those things where I see it as one of the most important things, because you can't start a hole out with a bad tee shot. If you start out with a bad tee shot, you're trying to rescue your game, you're trying to save par, things like that nature, where you're not really setting yourself up for success to be able to get that birdie or eagle to help lower your score, because bogeys rack up pretty easy, and I bet all of you watching really know that. And I've kind of gone through that my entire life, where you're trying to save par and bogey's okay, but if you really want to get in that 70s, lower 80s range, this is what you kind of do. So driver has been my main focus for the past 2 months, and really trying to get that consistency in making every shot kind of the same. And obviously you're going to have shots go left, right. You're not going to hit every shot. We're not pros here, but that's the biggest aspect for me. So one of the best things to help your driver game is really to be hitting the range as much as possible. But one thing that I do most different than most people is, for my drives, I don't like the range as much as I do like playing a course. So I play near university. There's a lot of different courses, so I actually will go out and play 18 holes, walk for $15, $20. I think that's more valuable testing your tee shots than on the driving range, because all of you know you hit your drivers much different than on the driving range. So that's my main tip for drivers. So my second part of my game is the chipping and putting. That's a big thing that has really helped my game and will help your game in terms of lowering your score. So that includes chipping and putting, and I include that anywhere from 100 yards and to the hole. So really narrowing down your chip shot. So if you're going to go to the range, I recommend spending most of your time practicing some of your wedge shots and really getting under distance control. I have a range finder, so I can kind of see, I can pick a target and get a distance. So I kind of have a certain distances for my different wedges. So I have Cleveland wedges. You see my last video, I have a 52, 56, and a 60, and I'll kind of narrow them down in a 5 and below range in terms of the number of yards I can hit them. So that's a big thing. And then putting, just hitting the putting green, hitting as many putts as possible. So that includes basically getting as many putts as you can in on the range. And you can do this at home, you can do it at a driving range if they have some practice putting greens. You can really do it in your office. It's just a matter of getting that consistent stroke. And what I mean by consistent stroke with a putter is really getting that motion where you're hitting the ball square every single time. So most of us can be able to interpret a putt in terms of the line and get within a ball or two. But really where your variation in your putts come is when you're making impact with the ball. Is the face square to the actual ball, or if you're opening or closing it a little bit? And that's where the putting and consistency of the stroke comes in, because you really want to get that arc where every time you have the same sort of arc where you're hitting the ball exactly square to be able to set yourself up. Because if you're able to set it up where you're hitting the ball pretty straight and on line, at least you know it was not your line. It was your line that you messed up, not necessarily hitting the actual ball. So that's a big thing for me, and that has helped my putting greatly. I usually start on a putting green where I'm about 3 feet from the hole, and then you work your way out as you start hitting putts in more and more. And then you spend about 20-30 minutes actually hitting putts. So thank you guys for watching. I kind of gave tips over the driver and putting. So next time you get on the range, give those tips and tricks a try. I guarantee they will help your game, and obviously this isn't a short-term thing, so get out there as much as possible, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Thanks, bye.